Always. Have you used that in reference to your parents when you say, oh, my mom and dad will always love me. My mom and dad will always be there. My mom and dad will always have a seat at their table for me. And in most cases, that's true because that's normally what families do. Even when my grandma was 80, 90, 95, 100 years old, she had an open door policy. And I just walk right in the house and she'd say, oh, Lori, there you are. Yeah, here I am. And so we know that is always is a forever and ever. And I think it's normal for parents to say, I will always love my children. I will always allow them in my home. I will always have a space for them. They can always come back home. But there comes a point in time we have to cease being cemented in always. And that is when your son or daughter disconnects and they've decided that the relationship you all had, it is no longer what it once was. And the thing is, you have certain parents that say, well, a loving mom would always stand by her son or daughter. She would always open her door. She would always do this or that. And I'm telling you right now, sometimes that always gets you into trouble because there's a lot of, not a lot, but there are parents who have financial means who have always promised their son or daughter they would take care of certain things, whether it was education or food or mortgage payments or rent or car insurance or cell phones or whatever. And sometimes those sons and daughters leave and the parents still have certain means and can't afford to. But sometimes mom or dad wakes up and says, I'm certainly not going to fund this nonsense, and they decide to cut ties. Change the locks, close the pocketbooks, and they close their accounts and move their money to a different bank. They have removed their son or daughter from being POA or being included in the will or on the dotted line of the 401k. And so I think we have to say always does not and will not always exist in our worlds. You can do what you want. You can say, well, you're really, really mean. And I say, I tell you what, energy for energy. If and I'm not saying you have to do for me exactly the same way I do for you, because some of my friends have more money and some have less. And even if I can treat someone out to lunch this week, I don't hold the tally of what I spend and what my friends spend. We treat one another. And in my world, it's always going to be that way. But I will never have a one-sided relationship. Never. I did for a long, long time. And I did that for a majority of my life. I always gave, and I'm not saying there wasn't times I took, but for the most part it was imbalanced. And I'll be the first to admit it. But I think when it comes to love and our children, boy, it can be tough. It can be tough to say no. So anyways, always has to change. And you have to say, as of today, it's not happening again. Always is not part of our vocabulary. Because I always thought you would be here and you are not. So, anyways, someone chooses to walk away, you let them go. Why? Because there's 8.7 billion people in this world. I'm sure someone else would enjoy spending time with you. And that's all there is to it. That's all I've got for now, and I will be back.